if you want to work at Chick-fil-A, I really suggest you watch this video. Hey, what's up you guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys how to get a job at Chick-fil-A, giving you all some interview tips, all of that. So if you want to know how to get a job at Chick-fil-A, continue watching this video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about how to see if they're hiring, how to prepare for an interview, what to expect after you receive the job, all of that. So I'm gonna just do a quick backstory. I started working at Chick-fil-A February 25th. That was my first day working there, and I haven't went to work since March 21st because of everything that's going on right now. I don't know when I'm going back to work, so yeah, but I'm basically still in training because I haven't really learned everything yet. So yeah, so the first part of this video I'm going to be talking about how to see if Chick-fil-A is hiring, how to apply for the job, all of that. So the first thing you want to do is to look at your nearest Chick-fil-A's website. Find a Chick-fil-A that is either close to your home or find one where you want to work at, and look on the website, because on Chick-fil-A's website you have to make sure it's at the location you want to work at, because each Chick-fil-A locations have different types of website. They will have their available positions and reasons on why you should work for them, what they can offer, all of that, because Chick-fil-A can offer a lot if you work there. So look on your nearest Chick-fil-A's website. So the next thing you need to do is to fill out an application or see if they do open interview. So how I got my job at Chick-fil-A is I went to an open interview. An open interview is basically an interview that they hold probably once a week or maybe twice, depending on where you want to work, which Chick-fil-A you want to work at, and it's from different time periods. Like for example, my open interview was Tuesdays from 3 to 5, and basically you go in, write your name on a sheet, and you have an interview right there. That's how I got my job. I went to open interview, but you can fill out an application. So if you do decide to fill out an application and wait to see if they want you to come in for an interview, you need to make sure you do good on the interview. Now, if you do fill out the application, what I can say is make sure the application is good. I can't really say too much on that because, like I said, I went to an open interview, but I say make sure you keep it real. Like don't put what they want to hear. Like yes, put what they want to hear, but at the same time describe yourself in the best way possible, because at the end of the day, if you happen to get that interview, they're gonna see the real you up close and personal. So you know, keep it real, but at the same time don't make it seem like you copied and pasted it off the internet. You know what I'm saying? So keep it real on your application. That's all I can really say about that. So the next part of this video, I'm going to be talking about how to prepare for your interview, things to remember and all of that, and I'm going to be telling y'all what I did. So you should really consider practicing interview questions, and I say that because it is going to help you, especially if this is your first job interview, all that. You should really practice interview questions. That's what I did because I never had an interview before. So yeah, I knew the types of questions that they were going to ask me, but I didn't know how to answer them. So if I wouldn't have practiced interview questions, I wouldn't know how to answer them on spot. So that's what I did. You could type it into Google, job interview questions, you know, like Chick-fil-A job interview questions, or wherever you want to work at, job interview questions, and yeah. So basically they're going to ask you a lot of different types of questions relating to their company, also about you. They want to get to know you. So they're going to ask questions probably like, why do you want to work for them? That is like a question that they're most likely going to ask. So you need to know how to answer that, because if you don't, it can make or break your interview. They're also probably going to ask you something like, what type of qualities does a Chick-fil-A employee need to have, your strengths and weaknesses. So I'm gonna tell y'all how to answer those questions. Now remember, you have to answer them for you. You can't go off what I said. I'm just telling y'all what I said to give y'all an example. If you want to say it, if you can relate to this, go ahead. But if this doesn't relate to you, you can just literally look up strengths and weaknesses and be like, oh, that's something that I can relate to, that's something I need to work on, or that's something that I'm strong with. So the first thing is reasons why you want to work at Chick-fil-A. I said that it would be a great first job experience, and I left it at that. So yeah, qualities in a Chick-fil-A team member. I said that we need to make eye contact. That is something big. You need to make eye contact with the person that you're having an interview with the guests that come to your restaurant, all of that, because when you're making eye contact with somebody, that shows that you're listening to them. The next thing is you have to be positive, and not just like, you know, smiling. Like, you have to have a positive overall look. Like, don't be just, oh, I'm gonna go home, rolling your eyes. Like, you know, you have to be happy. And I'm not saying you have to fake be happy, just don't look negative and mean. Like, that's not even cute anyway. You have to be happy to serve. You can't get upset when, you know, guests ask you for a sauce after you take the food to their table. You can't get upset when someone asks you to refresh their beverage. Like, you have to do it because, for one, that's your job, and two, like, you want your guests in the restaurant to feel welcome. And then you have to tend to their needs. That goes hand in hand into what I just said. You have to, you know, help them because, like I said, it's your job. But a lot of times, for example, guests might ask you to do this, and that, but you have to be fast. You have to work fast, because a lot of times you might be tending to this guest, but you also need to go back to the front of the counter and serve, because it could be only you or 2 or 3 other people serving at the time. So you have to be able to tend to guest needs. You have to be happy to serve, all of that. Something that you need to remember is you need to dress to impress. Business casual, all of that. You don't want to go to any type of job interview. It don't even have to be at Chick-fil-A. Just don't go to no job interview looking like you just woke up. You will not get that job, I'm telling you. You could just wear like a nice blouse, some nice work pants or whatever, some sandals or flats or whatever. So yeah, keep it cute. So you also need to be able to tell your strengths and weaknesses, because they want to know you as a person, and they want to know what you can handle and what you can't handle, basically. So for example, for my strengths, I said handling tough situations, because a lot of times you will be put under a lot of pressure, and you will have to be able to handle that. You can't just depend on one of your team leaders. Like, a lot of times it's on you. And I'm not saying like all the time, but most of the time you have to handle it. And 9 times out of 10 a team leader will come over and handle it, but you should still be able to, you know, yeah. And the weakness I said was speaking in front of a large group of people, and that is a weakness for me. I don't like doing that. I don't even like presenting in front of class, so I said that was a weakness for me. Some things to expect after the job. So for one, you might get called in for another interview. That's what happened to me. I didn't get hired at my first interview. I got hired at my second interview, because the first one was like just getting to know me, writing down some information, and the second one, he was just going over what I said a couple days before that in my first interview, and he was getting to know me, asking personal questions and all that. So yeah, so you will get an email, and it will tell you everything you need to know, like the shoes you need to get, your uniform, you have to send in your uniform sizes, you need to send in your schedule, you have to fill out tax information. It's like a long email with everything you need to know. The uniform, make sure you order in your correct sizes, because if you don't, it will be uncomfortable. I'm telling you that now. It's not going to be comfy if it's not your size. So some things to remember if you want to work at Chick-fil-A, and if you're nervous for an interview, or if you have an upcoming interview or whatever, don't be worried. It's not that bad. I remember I was stressing myself out. I was scared because it was my first time having a job interview, and I was just doubting myself. Please don't do that. Just speak positive, speak affirmations. Do that, because if you think negative, like, oh, I'm not going to get that job, that's going to happen. So the next thing is just to have an open mindset. If you did not receive the job, there's always a reason behind that. Everything happens for a reason. It probably wasn't the job for you. Don't get upset, because a lot of times, you know, you might realize that, hey, maybe I'm glad I didn't get that job. It wasn't meant for me to work there. Because a lot of times people can't handle Chick-fil-A, because it can get stressful, because so many people eat there, so many people like the food. So it's a lot of times where the restaurant is packed, that dining room is packed, and a lot of times people don't like that. So yeah. And honestly, I just say be yourself at the interview. When you're at work, be yourself. You will make friends, lifelong friends maybe. I don't know. You will have fun at work. And lastly, if you do get the job and you don't like it, please don't feel obligated to have to work there, because a lot of times people feel like, you know, they have to be at a job just to make money. And don't think of it that way. Like, yes, you're making money, but if you wake up every day and just be like, oh my god, I don't want to go to work, I don't want to go to work, maybe that ain't the place for you, sis. So that is it for this video. I hope that I touched on everything that I wanted to talk about. I hope you learned something from this. And if you do get a job at Chick-Fil-A, round of applause, because that is a big deal, okay? Especially if it's your first job. Congrats, okay? So make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video.